See, I talked that life is like a continuation of koan. Why? Because we have our mind, which distinguishes right and wrong, good and bad, dualistic way. So far as that keeps on going, we are fluctuating. But if we find the root and connect to that, we can solve the puzzle of why the mind moves right and wrong, good and bad, that dualistic dimension. But with the state of absolute being, you can find a way. So what it means is that we are supposed to go through this, go through the koan, the paradox of having a brain and having a heart. So I think it was Nishida Kitaro, philosopher and a friend of Daisetsu. He used the term Zettai Mujun, absolute paradox, Zettai Mujun no Jikodori, self-identification of absolute paradox, something like that. And the meaning is, we got the brain, which is dualistic, we have heart, which is absolute, no duality. So that's the configuration of who we are as human. So he says, connect that. And I think he may have taken that from Daisetsu, but put it in the philosophical term. But to solve that, philosophy may not do the job, because philosophy is play with the mind. So you have to get to the absolute state of being, which is no mind, no self, so that the absolute state of paradox is okay, or find a way to resolve, find a path with some compassion. I read one of his books. It's a thin book, and he's famous for that. And I also know that Daisetsu was pointing he may need to read the book of Nishida. But maybe he had some reservation. Yet Nishida gravitated toward Zen. So maybe he's at that, like a bridging role of philosophy and Zen, and therefore that expression, absolute paradox, but can be resolved. But that can be resolved when enlightened, awakened, know the state of being. Like I said, that's your home, because that's where you came from. Why did I start this video? Yeah, the paradox, koan. life as a koan. I had difficulties with GPT, but being state at the absolute state of being, I think we are moving forward. In terms of some of the protocols at the Zen temple, I have resolved that one too. People can be picky, but you don't have to be bothered. And if you have that, not just idea in practice, then we may find a way not to cause any dispute or war, not go where we may die. Simple basic principle of life. There has to be a way to find it, and they have found many times, but we get lost because of new generation with new brain, new dualistic thinking, and ego get into the way. So that the koan continues, and we may move on, we may fail, but that's life. But you're always at home, at the absolute state of being. That's awakening. That we all have that, because we are the result of that process of life. And that is meant to fight against the law of entropy, so that disorganization doesn't happen. That's our mission. And that's our life. Be happy. May all beings be happy.